adding that he belongs there and was back. The foyer of the Le Méridien Boom Hotels and Golf Resort Wangiba was filled by people from all walks of life for the inaugural ball in honor of Governor Udom Emmanuel. Wangiye completes the story.
The Watam dance from Eastern Obolo, evergreen tunes from the community theatre troupe, and a tribute performed by Patience Ekwere and the Singing Bird Orchestra. It also featured a lyrical historical sojourn by F.A. Paul tagged History Is, and a special number by Nathaniel Bassi entitled Book of Life. At the events, graced by 5 former governors of the state, Otuekong Edonsenka, himself a former military administrator, and veteran journalist Ray Poo proposed the toasts of democracy and that of more development in Akwa Ibom.
This is a toast for continued protection and development as our former governor moves to higher levels. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. God bless our Bible. And it is a happy event for us to have the democratic governments all over the country without hearing any martial music. I am sure the martial music is gone forever. Hip, hip, hip.
In his remarks, Governor Udom Emmanuel assured on his quality service while accountability and transparency in governance. The governor said he is set to give Akwa Ibom State wings to fly.
All members of the campaign team, I salute all elders and youths for standing by us. Planning season for a greater Akwa Ibom State. According to the elite British Special Air Services Commando Unit, rest is a weapon as important as your gun. So let us rest today, for the task we face tomorrow is great.
Events, which featured the rendition of the tune Oh Happy Day by the Akwa Ibom State Government Choir, was a dance by past leaders and eminent citizens of the state.
Thousands of Akwa Ibom people Friday evening thronged their Wyman country home of Mr. Udom Emmanuel to celebrate his inauguration as the 4th democratically elected governor of the state. It was a reception in honor of Mr. and Mrs. Udom Emmanuel by his kinsmen in Ona local government area. The story is presented in our studios.
Governor Emmanuel, who by his kinsmen, promised to work hard to satisfy the aspirations of the people. The governor to saying that God has the state to be a model, not just in Nigeria, but in the entire world. He said to the entire state and was able to appreciate and priorities of people in different parts of the state and reassure work to the state.
The length of breadth, right from Okobo, through the shoreline into Ruefon. From there we enter Eket, Ikorobasi, and now the rest of them getting back, turning over, and then E2. Then we'll bring it back to the center in view. We should to talk in a very decent way. I want to assure you, we run a government that you feel that sense of belonging, because Akwa Ibom State is for all of us.
The Asian and former military governor of the Otuekong Edonsenka electing Udom Emmanuel and reiterated his belief that the governor will harness his experience to create opportunities for the state. to area for and an excellent personality, Udom Emmanuel, for service to the state, noting that every tree has a cross. Emmanuel's case is selfless service.
We are ready for industrialization, and there could be any better signature than that of Udom Emmanuel.
The Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Elder Sami Kon, and the State PDP chair congratulated the governor and urged to put smiles on the face of people in set by media administration. The leader of the Territorial District, Chief Ndwese Sien, said the people cited that justice and fairness have been done, and was not just a blessing Territorial District, but will build on the achievements of the past administrations in our local government area has who were outstanding in their responsibilities to the country. Adding his pedigree, can be a Governor Emmanuel will make Akwa Ibom a living paradise.
That is what we that let Territorial District. We have done it before. We were going to do it again, and we have started.
Family of the governor, Mr. Emmanuel Nkana, for the mandate given the son, and a governor would have the confidence to report in him.
Friends, groups and associates Friday held different forms of parties at different points in Uyo and other parts of the state shortly after the swearing in of Udom Emmanuel as governor of the state. The parties were to celebrate the governor's victory and successful swearing in to Afis. One of such groups, known as the Grassroots Canvases for Good Governance in Akwa Ibom State, held a reception party during which they thanked God for his mercies and kindness to the governor and the group. Patience John has details.
Of the Grassroots Canvassers for Good Governance in Akwa Ibom State, a socio-political that worked for the realization of Governor Udom Emmanuel's ambition, gathered at their Dawson Street office, where they expressed joy and thanks to God. According to them, they were happy that God has answered their prayers by making Udom Emmanuel to succeed at the polls and subsequently sworn into office as the governor of the state. The Chairman Board of Trustees of the group, Chief Raymond Inyang, a member of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Churchill Udo, explained that the organization cuts across the 31 local government areas of the state and that the reception was held by the Uyo chapter. They wished him God's grace and wisdom to pilot the affairs of the state, even as they expect him to develop human capacity.
Has been a group supporting the efforts of Udom Emmanuel's election. We have not been the loud one, but we have been a significant contributor or investor in the effort to elect Udom Emmanuel. So today, our dreams, our efforts, our investments have been realized, so we are happy.
We thank God that we are alive to see this day. The day the whole Akwa Ibom has been waiting for. He has the capacity to do even much more than he had done in the corporate sector.
Members of the group and other guests were also treated to music by the Raffia Heritage Band. Some members of Friends of Udom Emmanuel who were on solidarity visits described Governor Udom Emmanuel as one prepared by God for the state. They thanked God for the successful swearing in and called on the people of the state to support his administration.
The grace of God for us to witness this type of opportunity, swearing in, that is taking place in Akwa Ibom State today. We we have succeeded in making Udom the governor of the state.
Manuel, as I speak, a man that has prepared for a time like this.
An interdenominational service to thank God for the successful transition to a new administration led by Governor Udom Emmanuel holds today, Sunday, 31st May 2015. The service, which is booked for 3 in the afternoon, will take place at the Boomhole grounds. A statement by the planning committee has invited Christians and other stakeholders in the Akwa Ibom project to attend the service. Akwa Ibom people have continued to express their support and loyalty to Udom Emmanuel as he assumes office as the governor of the state. The clan head-elect of Ubiom, Itebum Ukbongnwa Itogokbamudoiwa, in an interview soon after the swearing-in of Mr. Udom Emmanuel as the governor, said the people were solidly behind him. He described Mr. Udom Emmanuel as a seasoned administrator who contributed to the uplift of his workplace before he was appointed as the secretary to the state government. Itebum Ukbongnwa said his people and the clan council were proud to identify with the governor and were ready to work with him to develop the state and Ubiom clan in particular. The village head of Edemidemokbot, Iteidong Solomon Wemedi Mo, who also spoke on behalf of the people of Ubiom, said they were particularly happy over the inaugural speech of Mr. Udom Emmanuel, adding that it has rekindled the hope of the people to greater development. He also commended their son, Barrister Onofio Luke, for his commitment to the development of the area, which saw his re-elections to the State House of Assembly. Itebum Udoiwa urged the lawmaker to use his experience to support the governor in the task of spreading development in the state and Serubium in particular. He also urged the governor to allow the fear of God to guide his decisions and pledged their loyalty and support to the success of the administration. You're watching AKBC 45 News this Sunday morning. We told you that Governor Udom Emmanuel has reassured the Akwa Ibom people of good governance. The governor attributed his victory to divinity, saying that God has destined the state to be a model not just only for Nigeria but the entire world. We'll take a break. When we return, we have more news for you. To stand with us.
It's up to us, all of us. The safety of our communities is in our hands. The police need our help and support. Boko Haram threatens our lives, our future, our country. But Nigeria belongs to us. God has blessed us with this rich land. Let us protect her as we protect each other. Report any criminal activity. Call these numbers. Your call is anonymous, and it is vitally important. Your support so far has been critical. Continuing it will make all the difference between a Nigeria of the fearful and a Nigeria of the free. Protect each other, for we are not terrorists. We are Nigerians. A message from the State Security Service.
Thank you for your time this morning. Staff of the Ministry of Transport held a farewell service in honor of the former commissioner in the ministry, Prince Godwin Ntobode. The service, which was held at the premises of the ministry, was to appreciate the contributions and achievements of Prince Godwin Ntobode to the outfit during his service as commissioner. Olubayo Kindele filed on this report and is presented in our studios.
The valedictory service started with a Bible reading from the book of Psalm 124 taken by Mr. Udoinyam, after which the former commissioner took over for a brief exhortation. Ude, who told his message, if it had not been the Lord, attributed his service in the Ministry of Transport to God. He appreciated the former governor for the opportunity given him to serve, adding that his achievement in the Ministry of Transport, despite the challenges, were as a result of the backing and support of the former governor. Togude also thanked the management team of the ministry as well as the entire staff of the ministry for their encouragement, dedication to duty, and cooperation since it took over the leadership of the sector. He advised the staff to remain committed to their duty, adding that they should always operate in love, saying that it is the pathway to victory.
Brother, to whoever, but you got the favor, if it had not been the Lord. That is why Uncommon Transformation is working in Akwa Ibom, because of permanent partnership with God. Whoever partners with God will do the uncommon things.
The Secretary of the Ministry, Dr. Efiongobi, appreciated God for what he has used the former commissioner to do in the transport sector. He commended the workers for their contributions in stabilizing and moving the ministry forward.
Thanksgiving is the key thing. When you thank God for the little he has done for you, going to do a bigger thing for you. Thanksgiving. And you can be sure that there is no labor that you labor for God that will be for nothing. Every labor of yours to God, definitely God will reward you accordingly.
Person for core members serving in the ministry, Mr. Demarok, while presenting an award of excellence to the former commissioner and the permanent secretary, said the achievements in the ministry were overwhelming.
The relocation of motor parks to a central park owned by the government was no easy task. And so, collectively, we put up this.
The dream of completing the press center of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, named by the former governor, may soon come to pass. This follows the pronouncement by the former governor, Chief Godswill Akpabio. Actors will soon move to site of the project, represented by the former commissioner, Mr. Nneka Numana. The former governor made this known during a farewell party organized by the State Council of the Nigeria Union of Journalists in East Anna. Patience John filed in this report.
The farewell party was to appreciate Chief Godswill Akpabio, the former Deputy Governor, Lady Valerie Ebe, and the former Commissioner for Information and Communication, Mr. Nneka Numana, for their various contributions to the development of the state. Others were honored at the occasion where the Acting Director General of AKBC, Mrs. El Sudofia, Permanent Secretaries, Pastor Praise Okun, Mr. Eva Odokbo, and Mr. Nneka Numana, while the National Secretary of the Nigerian Guild of Editors, Victoria Ibanga, was also honored. Reacting to the award, the former Governor, Chief Godswill Akpabio, who was presented with an award of excellence, appreciated journalists in the state for partnering him throughout his 8 years as governor of the state. Represented by former commissioner in the state, Chief Akpabio, said he was ending his administration in a strong note and thanked NUJ for the honor. He advised journalists to be ethical and fair in their reporting. The chairman on the occasion, a senior advocate of Nigeria, Senator Godwin Agabi, described the former governor as an experienced politician who has worked hard to transform the landscape of Akwa Ibom State. He appealed to Akwa Ibom people to be united in love for more development. The state chairman of the NUJ, Elder Patrick Albert, said that the event was organized to acknowledge the contributions of the former governor to the development of the state in the last 8 years. Elder Patrick Albert specifically thanked the former governor for the good relationship the praise enjoyed during his tenure and commended the former deputy governor, Lady Ebe, for the loyalty shown her boss during their tenure.
Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Corporation is also experiencing a facelift. Other electronic channels in the states, not directly owned by the state government, are equally experiencing a touch of goodness.
The real brass band spiced the evening, which was characterized by dining and whining. Patience John reporting.
Groups and individuals have continued to appreciate the former governor, Chief Godswill Akpabio, for what they described as 8 years of development and support for Governor Udom Emmanuel to succeed. The latest are members of the Nation Builders Assembly who gathered at the Apostolic Church at Kaitana Road for Thanksgiving. The story is here presented.
The group worshipped at the Apostolic Church at Kaitana Assembly and had the former Commissioner for Education, Professor Otamantai, the member representing Oron Urungu State Constituency, Jerome Sangari, and other important dignitaries in attendance. The national chairman of the group, Nation Builders Assembly, Comrade Goodluck Jonathan Edet, in an address said the Thanksgiving organized by the group was to thank God and Governor Akpabio for ending his tenure successfully, as well as producing a successor in the person of Mr. Udom Emmanuel, while calling for support to enable the governor to administer the state successfully. They also prayed God to endow him with wisdom.
We are here to fulfill our promise that when Udom becomes the governor, because power comes from God, we will start the congregation to give God thanks.
Reacting to the Thanksgiving, the representative of the governor and member representing Oron Urungu State Constituency, Mr. Jerome Sangari, expressed joy at the gesture and promised to work for the good of the people. Mr. Udom, who is the patron of the group, solicited the cooperation and support of all to enable him offer service to the state.
Why I'm here is to appeal to all of you to appreciate you, to love you, to pray for each other in Christ.
In a sermon, Elder Andy Freke Timothy, who spoke on "Do unto others what you wish should be done to you," advised Christians against blackmail, especially leaders, but to pray to succeed, noting that every government is appointed by God. Elder Timothy thanked the group for acknowledging the essence of Thanksgiving and prayed God's blessings on them. The Nation Builders Assembly thanked God in songs, while the congregation joined members of the group in thanking God.
You can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging onto akbconline.org or follow us on Twitter at AKBC45 or on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. That's a package this morning, but just before we go, we take another look at the top stories. The foyer of Low Meridian Ibom Hotels and Golf Resort, Wangva, was filled by people from all walks of life for the inaugural ball in honor of Governor Udom Emmanuel. We also told you that the Akwa Ibom State chapter of the NUJ has bid farewell to former Governor Chief Godswill Akpabio. That's a package. We'll be back at 8 with yet another news bulletin. Till then, to have a wonderful Sunday ahead.
Accurately informative, knowledgeably innovative, beating other stations as regards network coverage,
and bringing on the spot and live coverage of events with
straight away captivating and entertaining programs. It's AKBC Channel 45. The ultimate
in television broadcasting.